Welcome to the show. It's Mr. Kane on Vision Radio 345. Today is really it's really been a productive week this week. I've made some good connections with some people. But today I've got my special guest I'm going to be calling very shortly. A friend of mine named Sachelle Gayle. She is actually a writer and an author. Just released her first book. I'm going to show you the book. The book is called, let's just get it here. So this is the book. The book is called Single Mother by Choice. This is a brand new book that she wrote. I think she wrote it a couple of months, could be up to a year now. I think she's been publishing this book, but it's called Single Mother by Choice. I'm going to give Sachelle Gayle a call now. She's live in Jamaica, in St. Anne's, to talk about this book. Now, it goes into some really serious details, especially about her life and how she left here with her children. At the time, she had two. She has more than that now, but she can explain that when we have this conversation. But the book is a very deep-hearted read book. It really goes into some serious scenarios and life situations that people actually go through. But the great thing about this is how she actually came out of it all. So I'm going to give her a call now. She should be on the line. Let me just give her a call. This is live in Jamaica, St. Anne's. We're going to call her. So hopefully we should get her. So let's see if we can get Sachelle now on the line. See if we can get her. I'm going to call her right now. So we're going to get her. Let's have a look. Let's call her now. Oh, that's ringing. That's a good start. It's ringing. Because these lines in Jamaica are really too good enough. Let's see if we can catch her.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, Sachelle Gayle, thank you for joining us. You know what? I was just saying to my audience, I'm going to call her now, and I hope she picks up at the right time. And you did bang on. Nice to actually hear from you. So, how are you doing, Sachelle?
I'm very well, very well. Thank you for asking.
Shall I call you Sachelle, or shall I call you Tamsin? Which one shall I call you?
You know how it goes. As people, we have two names. So either is absolutely fine. Whether it's Tamsin or Sachelle, it's all right.
All right, that's cool. So it's great to have you on the show. And this particular woman, she's got a great story. I'm just talking about your book, and I thought to myself, I'm going to get you on the line so we can talk about this fantastic book that you wrote. With all that said, I want to go into some questions. I just stretched over to pick up the questions, actually. But I'm going to ask you some questions about the book because I found it very interesting, but we just wanted to get your view, not your view, like the reasons why you wrote the book and how it all came about. So let's just start off with the first question, Tamsin. What made you decide to write this particular book?
Okay. So for years, I've been stuck in the middle of my parents and their children, okay? I feel like my parents never actually understood the effects that this has had on my brothers and myself.
Yeah.
So as a mother now, it's like I've realized history repeating itself is definitely true for me, okay? And in addition, there are a lot of people out there who feel unheard, they feel unseen, and I feel like the experiences detailed in the book will be relatable to many. And I also have a message that needs to be heard for the younger generation, especially.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So there's a lot there just in that first question that not only that Sachelle's wrote this book, she's actually given a message out to younger people, younger mothers who are coming up. Let's go on to the second question. So the book captures in its read real life situations and scenarios. How did you feel when you were writing? And was it a sense of relief that you actually wrote the book and you can get all these feelings out? How was that? Just talk us through that, please.
Writing the book, it was like reliving certain scenarios all over. Scenarios I would never like to find myself in. It brought back memories I thought I'd suppressed. It brought back emotions I thought I'd got over. And it also made me reflect on my life, where I am currently, where I'm coming from, whether or not I'm happy with certain decisions I've made, and so forth. So it was like writing the book. It helped me. It made me reflect. It made me reflect on saying.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, I mean that says it all. I mean, as you said, it made you reflect, and are you in a better place now? I mean, in terms of you reflecting and the time you've been there now, have you actually
Oh,
in a better place?
absolutely, absolutely. The type of person I am, because obviously, like I've made a plan. I've made a plan. I know where I want to be in the next 5 to 10 years, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's when I look at what my goals were 10 years ago, okay, to where I am now. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I've got nothing negative to say with regards to where I am now.
Wow. And just let my listeners know, I'm very proud of this woman. She used to call me granddad. But I love her though. She's so, we've had some really good times working. But you know what? Let's just continue with this because that's another show. But so you mentioned in your book some of the choices you thought you made were not good ones. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. Yes. Um, red flags.
Wow.
In my book, I tend to speak about past relationships. Okay. And in my experience, sorry, red flags. I tend to I've not ignore. Like, let me give you an example.
Yeah,
I'll give you a fact that
sorry, Tanya,
there were the
could you just move slightly because I'm just losing the signal slightly. Is that okay?
Okay.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
listeners. And you know what it's like when you're calling abroad. You can kind of get a bit the signal can go a bit.
Any better?
Yes, that's slightly better. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So what I will give you was the fact that the signs were there in each and every one of my relationships, but I would always make excuses for certain behaviors, or in other words, I would attempt work. I would attempt to work with the red flags because at the end of the day, I recognize no one's perfect. We all have flaws, and it's because of my mindset and run when I should have. So for me, if you've got certain what's the word? If you know what you want in a relationship, if you know what you want from your partner, and there are certain red flags that are there, follow your gut instincts. Sometimes, when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. That's what I mean.
Wow.
That's what I mean. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. So so just to follow up on that as well, you also mentioned in your book that the men were not being held accountable for their actions and wrongdoings.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair to say that a lot of these men need healing themselves before they actually go into relationships?
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people don't understand healing is important, all right? And that's not just in relationships, in all areas of life. But with regards to relationships, if you do not heal from the hurt that was caused to you in the past, you're going to carry that into your new relationship.
Yeah.
And in my experience, that trauma, it shows itself in the form of jealousy, insecurity, low self-esteem, controlling behavior. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
And to me, it's not normal behaviors. It's not normal behaviors. So healing is really, really important. And I do feel like a lot of people don't heal.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with that because there's a lot of men walking around who have serious issues what hasn't been dealt with from when they were young
Yes.
men, and these things spill over. They spill over into relationships, and then they can make you go off track or give you a disillusional view of how relationships are supposed to be. And we all know it's important to have fathers around, and that's an ongoing topic.
Right.
And I just think that those men who are out there who do have those issues just do not, put the ego aside and go and seek help. Because at the end of the day, it's about your well-being as well, and you cannot. It's not fair to even go into a relationship with somebody with those kind of issues, whether it's a man or woman, and expect the person to take it on or heal you or try to work with you, because it's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot to unpack.
Agreed, 100%.
Wow. So, what do you want people to? What do you want people who read your book to take away from it? What do you think? What do you want them to take away?
For me, it's never stop looking for your happiness. All right. Whether your happiness, whether it be you want to, increase your income, whether it be you want peace in your life, career change, lifestyle change, spiritualism, whatever you want in life, go for it with no regrets. Don't care about people's perception of you. Don't allow fear of the unknown to stop you in your tracks. It's all about your mentality and your outlook on life. That's what I want people to take from my book.
Wow. And also, as you mentioned, I mean, especially spirituality, I mean, I'm pretty sure I probably could speak for yourself. God played a huge role in this. I mean, I'm assuming there was plenty of prayer going on for you and your children because you wasn't just on your own. You was with the kids, and you were sitting down there wondering, how am I going to get through this? Is it the right choice I'm making? It's a big risk you're taking, because I remember times in seeing you when you was working over in the UK. You made this decision quite some time ago, and I remember you used to have a conversation with you and said, Tamsin, you sure you want to go to Jamaica? And you said to me,
I remember.
Sorry, say that again, Sachelle. I didn't hear you again, Tamsin. Say that piece again, the last piece.
I remember that conversation, and I remember being persistent with you and telling you, I'm going. Yeah. Nothing is stopping me. I'm going. I remember.
Wow. Listen, we've got a caller coming in, Tams. Just hold on a second there. I wonder who this is.
Okay.
1 second. Hello, Nikki.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki. All right?
Hi, how are you?
Oh my gosh. Welcome. Boy, you know what? I've just tried to just bring in Tamsin on the call, and I've got you here. let me see if I can catch her now. I'm just gonna call her now because. Hey, Tamsin.
Yes.
Yes, are you there? I've got a surprise caller for you.
Yeah, I'm here.
I've got a surprise caller for you.
Okay.
Can that person mention their name, please?
Hi, Tamsin. It's Nikki.
Nikki? Not Nikki, my ex-colleague Nikki.
Yes.
Oh my!
We're surprised, Tamsin. We had listen. Before you start,
that's a beautiful surprise.
Before you start, Miss Girl, Tamsin or Sachelle Gayle, I'd just like to say I had this conversation with Nikki off air, and I said it would be nice to give Tamsin a surprise, because I know that these two particular women have worked together for a very long time and always in each other's life. I've seen them work together like little sisters, these two, up to no good, but always doing the good work and keeping it professional. So, Nikki, take the floor. Ask some questions about the book, because that's what we actually talking about. We're talking about the new book coming out, which is out on Amazon, Single Mother by Choice by Sachelle Gayle. Go and get that at Amazon. So, Nikki, would you like to fire some questions to not fire, but ask Tamsin about her book? The floor is yours.
Yes, firstly, Tamsin, how are you? How are your beautiful children?
I am well, and the children are doing absolutely fine. Thank you very much.
Great. I'm sure you're very. I know, same. So me and Eden spoke last week, and he said to me, I'd like to invite you. I'm going to do a special segment for Tamsin, for the launch of a book, and just to promote her. Would you like to, just come in? And I was like, absolutely. He didn't even need to ask me twice. I was like, I'm so proud of her. But firstly, I just want to say, reading your story was truly moving. It just felt really raw, real, really vulnerable, very refreshing, but very inspiring, because I think a lot of people need to hear, your story and how honest you are about it. Unapologetically, you're just yourself. So it was just a really proud moment to see, a colleague, but also a very dear friend, leave her 9 to 5, move to Jamaica, create a new life for her and her children. It took a lot of courage, incredible.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, and Nikki, you know what? I have to say that, I mean, this was a very brave move, because I spoke to Tamsin, during lunch breaks and all the times we used to have where we get some time to kind of get our heads around things. I said to Tamsin, you sure you want to go to Jamaica? She said, yes, I'm going to get the ticket, then I'm going to get the passport and everything and get the papers. And look where she is. I am so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. This
Thank you.
This is
Thank
Vision
you.
Radio 345 in conversation with Sachelle Gayle and a guest friend, surprise friend, Nikki Saudi. So, is there anything else you want to ask her about this fantastic book that she's written?
So I wanted to talk a little bit about, your chapters. So, and also one thing is I knew a lot of what you had written because, you had confided in me in the past. And obviously I've always kept that and very sacred into myself. So there was times when it was quite even emotional, reading your book, because I know what you went through to a degree, So remember we used to sit together at lunchtime and cry together and be like, this is a lot. So, but chapter 3, the healing process, you show such maturity, self-reflection about owning your choices, how you pattern interrupt with having the awareness to break, generational trauma, knowing how subconsciously this also has shaped you. I thought that was really beautifully kind of woven into your story, how you was able to recognize that. And then chapter 4, you illustrated your belief in self. So you could see even in your book, like your own transformation, how you transmuted your pain and kind of hardship and really moved into your power. And, and then just decided to take control of that by taking that leap of faith. So, how did you feel writing the book? How was it for you?
As previously mentioned, like I said, it brought up a lot of memories and emotions, like I thought I had suppressed. Do you know what I mean? So when we talk about healing, it's like sometimes I do believe I'm actually still healing from all of my own trauma, but being able to put it on paper and read it and have third parties read it and hear your feedback and your perceptions, it's proved to me that my mess. I've got my message through. Okay, the message I was trying to share has been shared, and I just hope, like I've said to Eden in the past, that the younger generation can get some form of information from this, because it's the younger generation coming up that I feel like we need to put our time and our energy into. And the younger generation are displaying behaviors that they believe are normal. Do you know what I mean? And it's not normal. And got to sort of, make people aware of the different forms of toxicity, how it affects you personally, and just, awareness is awareness. You know what I mean? But really and truly, like I said, it made me realize that I'm healing. I'm healing. I thought I was, but I'm still healing. I'm still healing. That's all I can say, really and truly, to answer that question.
Wow.
But you're so brave, though. You're so wow. But you're so brave because you're not just obviously. Of course, everyone continues to heal, but you've also moved forward whilst you're healing. A lot of people can stay very stagnant. They can get very stuck.
Yes.
And what you've shown is that even if it's hurting, I'm going to keep moving because there will be a brighter day. And you're pretty much living it now, aren't you? Sun is yours.
and that is a fantastic thing to actually go off of that. Like you're moving forward, you're leaving the past behind, and you're just excelling. I just want to ask you one more question, Tamsin, before I close up the interview. Will there be a follow-up to Single Mother by Choice? I'm not. Listen, and I know you're busy, because you're a busy woman. I don't know when you're going to get to write. Is there going to be a follow-up?
Listen, most definitely. After stating in the book, I don't want issue to repeat itself.
Yeah.
It actually is trying to. So it's like, as mentioned, when I started writing the book, I had 2 children, moved to Jamaica, met my son's father. I was going to marry this man, but I had to walk away from him. Wow. Once again, I'm a single mother by choice, now raising 3. So it's like the pictures of my next book, they've already been written. I just need to find it, put it on paper and print. Okay, because what I was not running from, but I've left the UK, come out here to start a new life for myself, ended up in a new situation, and I realized, that situation is not for me, and I had to walk away again for my own mental sanity.
Wow.
And to ensure, that I keep within my values, and
that's right.
my alignment with my life, what I'm trying to do with myself.
Okay, I'm just going to say.
Yes, follow-up is definitely making.
Yeah.
Can I just say something then?
Yes, of course you can.
So it's fair to say you're writing the book, but this is going to be the second chapter that we're going to read when you write it. Because I think you've got a lot.
Indeed.
You've got a lot to live for, a lot to, like everything is going to work out as it needs to. At the end of the day, we have to go through things to sometimes set the pace for other people.
Yes.
But you know what? You're doing such a brilliant job. You really are.
You know what?
I really appreciate it.
I'd just like to say thank you both. Thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity to interview Tamsin. I know in your busy schedule and you're doing your work, and there's plenty of things going to be happening for you out there in Jamaica. We're going to keep in touch with you. I know you was doing a kind of journal diary and stuff like that. I don't know if that's still going on, but I'll be definitely talking to you from the UK to Jamaica, live in St. Anne's, Tamsin Gayle. And thank you very much, Nikki, for joining us on this surprise call. I don't know if Tamsin...
Thank you for having me. Thank you for asking. Thank you for reconnecting.
Tamsin was really ready for that one.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity, Eden. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and God bless you both. And I'll make sure that you keep up the good work, and we'll be in touch. Okay?
All right. Take care.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. That was the interview with Tamsin Sachelle Gayle. She wants to be known as. That's what's on her book. The book is called Single Mother by Choice, and that is on Amazon. Please go out there and check it out. I mean, it's a very interesting conversation. Sorry about the audio, because obviously we're calling Jamaica, and sometimes the signal's not great. But I hope you enjoyed this particular interview with Sachelle Gayle, the author and writer of Single Mother by Choice. So stay tuned for when she may come back at some point, and I'll be talking to her, hopefully, by God's grace, her second book, and then looking at her progress she's making out there in terms of her business ventures and the raising of her children. That's it from me, Mr. Kane, on Vision Radio 345. We'll catch up at some point again. Thank you for joining me, and take care.